right, good evening. It's Friday evening, Friday the 13th. I'm going to take a walk around the garden and show you what we got. Things are looking really good right now, so let's go take a look. All right, I'm going to start over here with the tomatoes. I'm sorry, the cucumber trellises. Got tomatoes on the brain here. So I'm going to step over here so you can see good. So this is the far end. This is some basil. I've already trimmed back the basil more than 50%. It's already grown back. I have 3 gallon-size Ziploc bags of basil and a gallon of cilantro, which is from these plants and the cilantro on the other end of the garden. So here you see we have eggplant growing quite well, lots of flowers. This is the cucumber plant number 1 and the trellis I just finished putting together today. I just used 2x4s to hold it up, and you can see right here I have a V-shaped piece, and we added the top, secured it to the fence, just screws and nails, simple stuff that I can tear down real easy. And I put 2 out front, 2 8-foot 2x4s. Puppy sees the neighbors, so she's excited. But the idea was I wanted to secure it with something so I wouldn't hit my noggin, especially right there. And on this one, right there, because my head's about right here. So after a couple of days just having it up there, it was going to be a mess. Hey, dog. Minnie, stop it. Stop it. Come on. Come over here. We don't want to hear your noise. So anyway, got the cucumber plant rolling there. We picked the first cucumber already. Now, mind you, check this out. Cucumbers. Hold on. A nice cucumbers coming up. More in the back right there. I think all told there's something like a dozen cucumbers growing up in here. Just tons of male and female flowers. Cucumbers everywhere. Those plants are really producing well. Okay, moving on. Of course, the onions are still growing. We're just going to keep them wet, keep them growing. Now, these basil plants right here, I actually expect to pull up. If they don't grow back, that's fine because I've got a lot of basil. So I'll probably pull these, just get rid of them. Here we have another eggplant. Again, this one's doing real good. No fruit yet, but we've got flowers, and it's just a matter of time. Again, trellis number 2. This one was the one I was actually worried about hitting my head because it's literally at nose level. This is nose level for me. So it was all a little bit about safety, a little bit about support. This plant also, this cucumber plant here, has tons of small cucumbers in it. It's a jungle in here, but they're here. I'll show you when we get ready to pick them. There's just flowers everywhere. So about half of these flowers are male. The rest are female. And, oh, here we go. We got a cucumber right here. There's one to see right there. There we go. But there's a lot. There's literally a lot. There's a little one right here. Okay. Anyway, that's that. This basil plant's doing pretty good, and so are these. I haven't done anything with the dill yet. I can smell it. It smells so good. The cilantro looks a little weak. I might have cut that back too much, but that's okay. Anyway, you can see the eggplant kind of tucked in back there, growing up nice and tall. And let's walk around. So this is a quick walkthrough. We're going to go to the other side of the garden, so the sun's at our back when we're coming back instead of in our face. All right, here we go. These are all Roma tomatoes. I picked the first ripe Roma tomato today. Looked absolutely fantastic. Okay. All these plants have a lot of tomatoes in them. Okay. Just showing you the ones kind of like sitting out in the front. Nice Romas growing away. Got giant marigolds. You can see Romas. I put the little board under there. Maybe Melissa did. I can't remember. To keep them off the ground. There's a bunch in here. Nice looking ones. Flowers. Flowers on this one. You see tomatoes in there. Got the puppy over here. So these are the cherry tomatoes. These are doing absolutely fantastic. Okay. Strings and strings of cherry tomatoes on every plant. See, these are turning. Down here, cherry tomatoes. I've already picked a couple cherry tomatoes that turned red. And I'm sure it looks like there's a red one down there. I'll pick it tomorrow. Good looking stuff. Good looking stuff. There we go, some more. This plant right here, this one is just looking fantastic. Look at that. What's this one plant have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 6, 7, maybe 8. Looks like 8 cherry tomato flowers turning into yummy treats. All right. And they're all 5 foot tall now. Just need to get ready to attach them to the bamboo pole again, and we'll keep growing. Some more Roma tomatoes here. Right there in the back, you can see some Romas. All kinds of. This bush has got a bunch of them. This bush alone right there probably has more than a dozen. And all of these have beautiful tomatoes in them. Nice, big, plump Roma tomatoes. This one has them, but they're kind of buried in here. And I'll show you just a little peek here. There's one right back in there. A couple down here low, you can see them. Anyway. Lots and lots of tomatoes. Big ones on the end here, beefsteak tomatoes. Quite a few tomatoes on that plant. Quite a few on this one too. The bird nest has 5 hatchlings in it. It's looking great. Took a picture of them a little while ago when the mom and daddy were out collecting food. This is the banana plant. It's been growing new leaves continuously. It's not going to stay in a pot long. Over here, this bed is all beefsteak tomatoes. The leaves are curling, which is an environmental stress defense mechanism. Done a lot of research on it. The plant's perfectly healthy. It's producing tomatoes. It just does that because it's getting a lot of sun during the day, and it's just what they do. But it's been watered very regularly, very well. Okay, got some tomatoes back here. Lots of flowers coming up. Keeping all the suckers pruned back. This one's got blossom end rot on it, so we'll pluck it off. See, blossom end rot just ruins the bottom. We've lost a few, but not too many. It's a very common problem with tomato growers, so I'm not even worried about it. Some nice tomatoes. Nice tomatoes. Okay, you see, all the plants have beautiful tomatoes on them. See, if you look, nothing on the bottom here. They're all looking good. Okay, some more right here. Again, these are all beefsteak tomatoes. These should get pretty large, between 1 pound and 2 pounds each. And the stalks, if you just look at the stalk, it's bigger than my thumb. And that's chest height. At the bottom, they're big too. Ooh, there's a bunch of tomatoes right there. probably, look at that. I see 2, 4, there's 6 in here. Nice. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That one plant has more than a dozen. The little one on top just starting. So it looks great. Over here are the Better Boy tomatoes. Now these Better Boys are a hybrid here in Texas. Really nice. The one on the right there is almost as big as a baseball. Okay. There's another one right here. A couple more. Okay. They're all looking. There's some in the back. You can see back there. And more. Tomatoes. 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 This little plant right here has one lone tomato on it. I'm going to wait till that one grows, and then I'm going to pull this plant because it's half the size of all the others. And if it's only going to grow one tomato, it's just a weak plant, and I'm not going to keep it in the garden. I'll pull it out. Plus, I have so many more tomato plants I can plant in its place. Tomatoes. Everything is growing a lot of tomatoes. Actually, well, this plant right here is supposed to be over here. There, I'll tie that up later. Start to grow into its next door neighbor. Oh, so I'll tie it up right there. Oh, this one in the middle right here is actually a cherry tomato. See the cherry tomatoes on there? And now we're on to the peppers. Sorry. So these peppers right here are Tabasco peppers, like they use to make Tabasco sauce, hot sauce. A lot of little buds, but no real peppers yet. Okay. A lot of little buds. And they're pretty tall too. I think this one right here is a jalapeno. Just hasn't produced any fruit yet. Still growing good. This is a jalapeno here. Okay, it's looking good. Blackberries actually have blackberries on them. Little berries growing up. Blackberry flowers. It's halfway up the trellis now. Now these right here are poblanos. Okay, we put cages on a couple of the pepper plants because they were just spreading out too wide and kind of getting intertangled with their neighbors. There's a couple little buds on these. There you go, right here. See one right there, which is good. Back here are more jalapenos. This one right here is from last year. Been keeping an eye on these. I actually have a couple of little fruits here. You can see I've already picked a few jalapenos off of these that were mature, but they were touching the ground, so I didn't want them to rot and lose them, so I picked them. And they're looking good. Okay, so we improved on this trellis. This trellis right here is cattle panel, trimmed into sections, 5 and 6 feet long. And originally we had, 6, 7 cucumber plants here? But 7? We cut it back to 2 or 3. Because 1 is all we really need here. Now, just to give you an example, over there is 1 plant. 1, after about a month. So, this one is going to go nuts too. It's been here, I don't know 10 days, 2 weeks. It was in a container. The roots are really deep and really full on these, based on the ones we just pulled out, which are right here. They have nice root systems on them. But there was just too many. So, we cut back on it some. We got green onions. We trimmed off the green onions a couple of days ago. And there were already 3 inches of growth on all the green onions. Okay. This is a jalapeno plant. Of course, you can see nice jalapenos here. This is one of last year's plants. You can see the stalk. Okay, these are crushed red pepper plants. Okay, there's little buds growing off on these, so they're just getting started. This one back here is the same thing. Crushed red pepper, little buds on it. This is a habanero. This is the hot guy right here. Okay, it's looking real good. There's a lot of little... This is the habanero.
No, that they're over here.
Oh, this is the poblano. My bad, poblano ancho. Poblanos. Lots of buds on the poblanos. Lots of buds. These here, this is one of last year's jalapeno plants. You can see the little jalapeno there. Some nice ones coming. Plenty of little jalapeno buds. Okay. And this is called a salsarific, frankly. They call it a salsarific. It looks a whole lot like a jalapeno. So, serranos. Pepper serranos. Oh, yeah. That goes right there. So, that's what those are. Serrano peppers. Okay. Well, sunflower. It's looking good, looking good. Had a few pictures of that. Here, let's make it face the sun this evening. There we go. There we go. Now these are the poblanos. Should be a little tag here. Nope, these are habaneros. I'm just getting so mixed up. Don't give me hell. Habaneros. These are looking great. There are tons of pepper buds. Oh, there's a ladybug. We love ladybugs. Let her crawl around. We've got some aphids on the flowers. So she's very welcome. She'll eat them up. But lots and lots of buds. These peppers are going to explode pretty soon. So this is the hibiscus. The two hibiscus plants that we have been getting infested with aphids. So we keep treating them. Try to keep them gone. The rosemary plants are getting bigger.
Right.
Rosemary plants are getting bigger. These are sunflowers that I planted. That one got eaten by something, but if it comes back, great. If not, no worries. A couple sunflowers. Bell peppers. These are bell peppers also. So you got plenty of bell peppers coming up on these. Oh, what is these, red or yellow? I'm not quite sure. We'll find out. They're either green or red or yellow. Same thing here. These are green bell peppers. See them coming up. Now we got red and yellow bell peppers in here. They're already starting to come up. Just tons of buds on them. Tons of buds. You can see them all. There's 2 red and 2 yellow in here. Another one there. That's there. There's just a little. We're going to be swimming in these too here before you know it. I see a bunch more, but get the idea. Okay. So I'm going to look at, these are sweet and hot banana peppers. Okay, tons and tons of buds on these. Plenty of fruit starting to show up. See here. Another sunflower. You can see just lots of them in there. Okay. Some little ones, lots of little ones. Some closer to mature here. So we have, like I said, sweet and hot. Which is which? I can't remember. I always look, I always forget. These are sweet. All of these are sweet. Those are the hot ones. Yeah. So this is a grapefruit tree grown from seed from grapefruit, of course. These are tomato plants. I took a cherry tomato from the store, cut it in half, stuck it in the soil, kept it watered. Here we go. So basically, these are going to end up somewhere where other tomato plants were not successful. Hopefully we can grow some more. These are all zinnias. They're just about ready to be transplanted. They're right about the right size. They stand up tall. They're looking good. They got plenty of leaves on them. And these are 3 more jalapeno peppers. Ready to be transplanted soon. So, this is my favorite plants right here in the corner. This is my elephant ear. It cost $12 at Home Depot last year. Grew yet last year, looked good, but this year it looks absolutely amazing. The idea was for it to cover up the phone post thing, and it's covering it up great. And it keeps on growing. Bird bath, keep it full of water. We get lots of bird visitors. And that's pretty much it. Just a couple other house plants, but that's the garden. All right. Y'all have a good evening and have a nice weekend. Bye now.